We welcome all of you this morning to the opening of the 5th annual Inmates Art Exhibition here at Long Circular Mall for the 5th year running. You can put your hands together for that. It is, of course, a pleasure to be here. I will be your master of ceremonies for this morning's proceeding. My name is Wendell Bompard, but the official job of welcome this morning goes to the Senior Superintendent of Prisons in charge of programs, Mr. Thomas X. Espinoza. So please put your hands together as I invite him to the microphone at this time.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this morning we are very pleased to welcome the dignitaries and other members of the public to our art exhibition. This is our 5th art exhibition. I will not go through the list because Mr. Bompard already went through the list. But what I want to say is welcome. The Prison Service Ministry of Justice with the Raj Yoga Centers present its 5th annual Father's Day Art Exhibition at the Long Circular Mall. All the pieces have been done by prisoners from the Carrera Prison, the Maximum Security Prison, and the Women's Prison. Carrera contributing the bulk of the exhibits. Running from today, the 12th of June, to the 14th, the show will be held during the hours of 9 to 5. Over the past 5 years, the exhibition of prisoners' artwork has grown. This year's exhibition will include more than 100 works of art by over 5 artists, shedding light on the talents to be found behind the prison walls and encouraging the public to take a second look. This art exhibition is restorative justice in action. There was a time when it was unheard of that inmates' art pieces being publicly exhibited, and in addition, the said inmates attending the exhibition. Our mandate and challenge to rehabilitate our charges are ones that we take seriously, and as such, events like this is part of our ongoing rehabilitative process. We are gratified that the relationship over the past 26 years, which the Raj Yoga Center have established with the prison service, have resulted in many of our charges embracing change and developing their natural talents, becoming friends with themselves, and not only developing self-esteem and self-worth, but also evolving to generously teaching, guiding, and being service to their fellow inmates who are of their similar interests. Today, we focus on one aspect of the natural talents that has surfaced from this partnership: the revelation and enhancement of artistic skill. Art is an attempt to bring order out of chaos. The function of art is to free the spirit of man and to invigorate and enlarge his vision. Art is a technique of communication. Life at times beats down and crushes the soul. Art reminds you that you have a soul. To stifle creative expression is to bind and gag our very soul. Free and open to the public, the exhibition will be attended by 3 of the leading artists in the inmate population. The artists are of the belief that when people see their work for a few moments, they disbelieve that these amazing pieces were done by inmates. In reality, they were done by persons who have the same thoughts, emotions, inspiration as other people do. And for that one moment, a major social barrier is shattered. Despite the limitations, the exhibition artists have created works in such rich range of style, mediums, and theme. Visitors return year by year to glimpse at this remarkable works for its originality, beauty, and expressive power. We expect the audience to grow this year. I say again to the dignitaries and to all present, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Prison Inmate Art Exhibition 2014. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Espinoza. In my brief welcome, I mentioned a couple names from COPCAM, which is the Council of Prison Chaplains and Ministers. And here to tell you just a bit about exactly who they are and what they do, I'd like to invite at this time Ms. Petronella Davis as she comes to give you a brief overview on COPCAM. Please put your hands together and welcome her.
I give honor and recognition to you on behalf of Mr. Robert Payne, our chairman of COPCAM, and members of the board, other invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Council of Prison Chaplains and Ministers is the civilian arm of the prison service. Its vision is to build an effective cooperation and organization, chaplain of ministers with the prison authorities for the developing of faith-based prison system which promote the reintegration and reform of resourceful citizens into society. Our mission is also to provide a moral and spiritual service, as well as opportunities for the holistic development and rehabilitation of individuals incarcerated within the penal system from a viewpoint of restorative justice, to assist the prison staff in fulfilling its motto, to hold and treat, and to sensitize the society in general and the inmates' family in particular to the need for their support in order to effect the successful reintegration of reformed citizens into society. And at this point again, we thank the prison service for this art exhibition that it will be a success for today. And on this note, we say thank you.
Exhibition, and to showcase the talents of our inmates and those in our charges. As your master of ceremonies this morning, I'm sorry I can't offer much insight into the pieces, into the art pieces, to describe them and stuff like that. A lady asked me just now if there were any pastels and charcoal, and I said, well, pastels for us only at Christmas time, and charcoal only for barbecue. But she mentioned that that's not what she was talking about, so I was totally clueless in terms of exactly what to describe. But there's a gentleman here this morning who can give you a greater insight into the pieces, into the work of the inmates, and he is from the Art Society. So please put your hands together and welcome at this time to bring a synopsis of the art pieces, Mr. Peter Shepard.
Good morning, everyone. I'm not a public speaker, and I'm going to talk to you very freely, very expressively about the work. Art itself is freedom of expression, and I am really encouraged to see such a program exist in the prison service. I've been observing this exhibition by the inmates over a number of years now, and I've seen a huge improvement both in the quality and the number of pieces exhibited. What I'd like to say is art is a very important medium for expressing our feelings and for us, the observer, to understand what it is that is going on in the minds of an artist. It's very important that people who have something to say or something, an expression, a way of feeling, to be able to do it in this medium. Here today, there are paintings and I think there's some woodwork, which are expressions of people that are living in a restricted space, but live freely through their art. They dream, imagine, and create something beautiful from a situation which may not necessarily be beautiful. To our messengers who are the media here today, it's important that this message be carried out. These paintings are worthy of any exhibition that I've been at the Art Society. They belong in the hands of people that collect art in Trinidad and Tobago. It's a great opportunity for the prisoners to feel or to earn the respect of people who enjoy art. I'm not going to talk very long because I want the work to be spread out and for you to have a look at it and absorb yourself in it and interact with the artist. Here today, there are landscapes painted in acrylic. In my world, we do pastel 12 months of the year in the art world. I also eat pastels all year. But there's pastel work, there is acrylic work, there's some oil, there's some 3D relief work. There's landscape, there's botanical subjects, there's flora and fauna. And these guys are in a perfectly poised location to capture some amazing atmospheric conditions for creating art. I would like to see an exhibition like this in a gallery. So perhaps one year we could do it at the Art Society. That's my promise to the prison service. So on behalf of the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago, congratulations to all the artists who have participated here. Congratulations to the engineers of this program. I believe that such a program can begin in our schools. We at the Art Society already are engaged in an East Port of Spain project where we participate in an arts program with kids that don't have an art teacher. And instead, they could be in the streets doing things that are not very good. But by approaching these schools and engaging them in creating or expressing what it is they're feeling, we can kind of channel their energies into a good way. So welcome to the exhibition. Go and enjoy the art, and thank you for having me here.
To bring you the address this morning, it is my pleasure to invite to the microphone the Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Conrad Barrow.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. Excellency, Maureen Modizil, High Commissioner of the Republic of South Africa, Trinidad and Tobago, Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Justice, Mr. Desmond Hamilton, Inspector of Prisons, Mr. Daniel Khan, Assistant Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Courtney Sinclair, other executive officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service, executive members of the Council of Prison Chaplains and Ministers, Vice President of the Art Society and tutor, Mr. Peter Shepard, representatives from the Raj Yoga Center, other officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service, ladies and gentlemen, other distinguished guests of the artwork, other distinguished guests, producers of the artwork on display here today, and a special welcome to Sister K. Narayan Singh of the Raj Yoga Center. I must say, it's a proud moment for me as Commissioner of Prisons and for the Prison Service to once again host this art exhibition in collaboration with the Raj Yoga Center, and specifically to mention Sister K as she is known throughout the prison service. The Raj Yoga is one of the faith-based organizations and an integral part of COPCAM, which has been partnering with the prison service for over 26 years. I believe that deserves a round of applause. What we see here today is the realization of the natural talent being harnessed. Beginning in 2010, the exhibition only showcased pieces from the inmates. There were no inmates present. Today, we have over 100 pieces from the maximum security prison, Carrera convict prison, women prison, and we also have 3 inmates in our presence here today who are responsible for some of the work on display. What is being witnessed is the shifting to modern correctional practices. And as the art director said, a change in the landscape. practices which are governed by evidence-based practice. Principles which are governed by evidence-based practices. This embraces a penal model that incorporates research, effective correctional practices, as well as significant changes in the way business is conducted, to include the treatment of offenders, rehabilitation of offenders, and how officers interact with and treat the offender population. This application of the restorative justice philosophical approach in prison is to assist with prisoner rehabilitation and eventually prisoner reintegration. The restorative justice approach seeks to understand and address the circumstances which contribute to crime so that it can be treated in order to prevent recidivism and reoffending when the offender is released. This process requires the inmate at the beginning of a period of incarceration to think about the skills, abilities, and behaviors that will be needed for his re-entry to society. This assessment of the offender provides a framework to appropriately diagnose what factors have contributed to his criminal behavior in the first instance. For example, alcohol or drug problems, family or pro-social attitudes, as well as other strengths that can provide to change in his action and behaviors. The prison has embarked on the use of a case management tool, that is the level of service case management inventory, to assess offenders' levels of risk, identify the offender's criminogenic needs, so that at the end of the day, we can determine interventions which would correct some of the issues which were identified, measure the offender change, establish the foundation for case management, and develop a treatment plan. The Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service is charged with protecting society, reducing crime through reduction in reoffending by facilitating the opportunities for rehabilitation of offenders, while maintaining control under safe, secure, and humane conditions. To this end, we implore the public to partner with us in an effort to reduce crime and reoffending. Whenever a crime is committed, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago suffer pain. Therefore, we are imploring the citizens to take up the responsibility in healing the pain caused by crime. Once again, I want to commend the NGOs, the CBOs, and the FBOs for their assistance in assisting the prison service in achieving their goals of reduction of crime and reoffending. Finally, I want to reassure the public this event here today exemplifies that prisons is not a place for punishment, but the punishment is in prison. Great things happen behind the prison walls. God bless. Thank you, and enjoy the exhibition.
Thank you very much, Mr. Barrow. As we continue this morning, I would like to invite at this time to bring some remarks on behalf of the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Justice. I invite at this time the Deputy Permanent Secretary, Mr. Desmond Hamilton. So please put your hands together and welcome him as he comes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, Her Excellency Maureen Modizel, High Commissioner of the Republic of South Africa, Inspector of Prisons, recently reappointed Mr. Daniel Khan, Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Conrad Barrow, Deputy Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Sterling Stewart, I don't know if he's here, but Assistant Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Courtney Sinclair, Senior Superintendent, who's in charge of programs, Mr. Thomas Espinoza, Executive Director, Prisons Fellowship, Mr. Robert Payne Jr., and other members of CAPCAM, Vice President of the Art Society and tutor, Mr. Peter Shepard, from the Raja's Yoga Center, Sister K. Narayan Singh, other members of the officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Prison Service, artists and inmates, members of the media, and other distinguished guests. Good morning again, and welcome to this 5th Inmates Art Expedition, which begins today, and as you see on the program, continues until Saturday. Let me first of all congratulate the organizers of the events on behalf of the Ministry of Justice. I want to take the opportunity to apologize for the absence of the Honorable Minister and the Permanent Secretary, who are extremely busy at this point in time. I want to take the opportunity to offer special congratulations to the inmates, some of who are here, who would have spent long, arduous hours, which I consider rewarding hours, to produce these excellent works of art that are on display this morning. This exhibition fits well in with one of the main strategic goals of the Ministry of Justice, which is to institutionalize and to integrate a restorative justice approach. One of the tenets of this approach is to focus on developing the knowledge, skills, and the abilities of inmates, and to facilitate the expression of their God-given skills and talents. And this is what you have here today. I want us to pause again to give a lusty round of applause to the creative works that are on display here this morning. But there are several other such programs that are being conducted at most of the, if not all, of the prison facilities. In so doing, these programs, we hope, will assist in the successful reintegration, as the Commissioner was saying, of the inmates into the society, helping them in the end to become real productive, law-abiding citizens after their period of incarceration. Such initiatives are not new in the prison service, as you may well know. They have been going on for years and years. Year before last, we visited the Carrera Island prison, and we were able to witness displays such as this, other programs that are being conducted, including cultural expression. I mean, the Carrera Island prison is regarded as the cultural hub in some areas of the country. The ministry continues to partner with the prison service and with civil society organizations and individuals who are working tirelessly to ensure that these programs are effectively implemented and executed. So it is with great pleasure, I don't want to be long, but it's with great pleasure again on behalf of the minister and the ministry that I want to offer sincere congratulations to the prison service and all those who would have partnered with the prison service in organizing this auspicious occasion and event. Congratulations again to the inmates who would have produced these extremely, the ministry came very early this morning, and we have bought one of the paintings. And after we bought that painting, I understand there were several other persons who wanted to buy that painting. So I suspect that although the event is scheduled to last until Saturday, by Saturday, maybe all the paintings would have been purchased. Congratulations again to all who are involved. Thank you very much for coming.
At this time, of course, it is my pleasure to invite who we just spoke about, Sister K. Narayan Singh. As she comes, she's going to bring the vote of thanks, and then she's going to go into the official opening ceremony. Well, there's an official opening ceremony part that we're going to do in this ceremony that is different from the cutting of the ribbon. And Sister Kay, of course, will explain to you exactly what that is. So please put your hands together and welcome Sister Kay as she comes.
Good morning, all. And I am now really a civilian now. Isn't it lovely? Thank you. Thank you very much, Commissioner. Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Justice, Mr. Desmond Hamilton, and other heads of your department, Deputy Commissioner of Operations, Mr. Sterling Stewart, Assistant Commissioner of Prison Treatment of Program, Mr. Sinclair, Senior Superintendent of Prisons and Program, Mr. Espinoza, Executive Director of Prison Fellowship, Mr. Robert Payne, is not here today with us, but the Vice Chairman of COPCAM, Vice President of the Society of Art, Mr. Peter Shepard, other members of the prison services, all the artists present here tonight, other delegates, guests, especially you who have come this morning to make this event so very successful. I am especially proud today when we started this project, which was an initiative of the Raja Yoga Center, and please excuse me, High Commissioner for Africa, South Africa, Ms. Maureen Dizil, and Commissioner of Prisons, Mr. Inspector of Prisons, Mr. Khan. I was given a paper and I said, this is it. So I didn't bother to think. It's now that I look back and I saw. Please excuse me, my apologies. Also, Mr. Rampasad, who offered the prayer for us this morning. We started off with about 30 paintings, and today we have more than 100 because we just got the paintings from the women's prison and also from maximum security prison. So today we have over 100 paintings to present. 5 years ago when we started, it was such a humbling experience for both the artists and us who were able to come together and do this project. And first of all, I would like to thank the Long Circular Mall management for allowing us this opportunity year after year. And also especially to the shops here who have thanked us for coming. They say it creates a beautiful atmosphere when we are here. So thank you all. I also want to thank Mr. Bumpart, you all have heard, and he's the head of media and communications in the prison. And he's one of the people who work with us to make this happen. Thank you, Mr. Bumpart. Mr. Espinoza, for your opening remarks. And Peter Shepard, at such short notice, was able to come and do such a beautiful overview of this project. I would also like to thank the artists, and I would like you to come forward as I call your name. Aladdin Mohammed. Richard Huggins. Leslie Huggins. Andrew Douglas. And we have some work also from Mr. Gittins in MSP and Talbita Delrich from Women's Prison, who are not here today. Raul Huggins has contributed a tremendous amount to this art exhibition. He's from MSP, from Carrera, but he's not here with us today. And Raul Ghani, sorry, he's not here with us today, but we appreciate very much the contribution all of you have made towards this project to make it such a success. But more than all of this, I would like to thank the Commissioner and the Programs Department for working so diligently, for cooperating and uniting with us, the Raj Yoga Center, to make this possible. It is not an easy thing, and I would like you to give a round of applause to the prison services for this. In addition to the seniors being here, we have so many officers all around who have to come and overlook and be here with us. So it's not a simple matter, but it's a wonderful expression of care. It's a wonderful expression of taking restorative justice to another place. I appreciate all the help that I have had in putting these programs together, and I thank God for this opportunity, for inspiring the Raj Yoga Center to bring this program together for 5 years, to assist the inmates in all the ways we can, and to have the cooperation of the prison service. So thank you, God, for these blessings. Thank you all for coming, and thank you all for being here this morning sharing. So this year we would not cut a ribbon, but we would light a candle, and we will all remember God at this time as the light of the universe, and let us all light the light within us to remove all the darkness of ignorance and bring light to the world. Thank you very much.
Okay, joining me here is Andrew Douglas, one of the artists here this morning at the Long Circular Mall. Andrew, good morning and welcome.
Pleasant good morning, sir.
How long have you been in art?
I've been in art over 25 years. I've been in art. As a matter of fact, since I was going to school, I was doing little arts in between, but since I came into the system, I started advancing in it more. Yeah, my pieces are like abstract. I like doing abstract art. Yeah.
These are two of your pieces here. So this one is...
This one is called Angel's Heart. Our heart, they say, is like red, and we don't have a definition as to how our angel's heart is. My definition is between yellow and white. You know, so hence the reason for me calling it Angel's Heart. Yeah.
When you do a piece, what is the greatest joy you get out of when you look at your work?
The greatest joy I get is when others see it and like it. When they see my art and they enjoy it. The critics, even the critics, because I improve on the critics, constructive criticism, that's how I take it. So my greatest joy is seeing other people happy and observing or watching or even purchasing my art.
What advice would you give to a young person who wants to get in this field of art?
My advice to young people who would like to get into art is to continue to practice. The more you practice, the more you get better at it. Like anything else, you know, keep broaden your vision. Do what you like. Art is what you see and express on canvas, and others will see maybe something different, but it's beauty. Art is beauty. So continue to practice, continue to paint, no matter what. If you don't like it, still keep it. Don't throw away your pieces that you may not find is not good. Just keep it there, and somebody will see it and will like it.
Well, Andrew, it was a pleasure, and let me wish you all the best and congratulations on a job well done.
Thank you.
But there you heard it from Andrew Douglas, another one of the artists here this morning at the Long Circular Mall here in St. James. Joining me here is Richard Huggins, another one of the artists here this morning at this art exhibition. Richard, good morning and welcome to Acts 25.
Well, good morning to you, sir.
How long have you been involved in art?
Well, this will be about 5 years now. I'm involved in the art through the prison. And this is my second exhibition at Long Circular Mall. I had one exhibition at Federation Park at the Art Society also. And it's been a great effort to help me through my prison term and rehabilitate myself and also change my focus about life out there.
Is there any one person that was instrumental in you becoming an artist?
Yes, well, Aladdin Mohammed. He's the tutor for the career prison art shop. Yeah.
No, we saw the three pieces that that you have on display here. When you look at your art, what sense of joy do you get out of looking at your art when it's completed?
Well, it's when someone come and appreciate it and they love it and the effort into me putting in what's inside of me into canvas and paint. Yeah, so that's my expression of, yeah.
All right, there is one that I needed to tell me a bit about. Let's walk. Now, tell me about this. What is this about?
This is a paper mache, right? This is built with paper. It's a pond from Matura where I used to go a long time to bathe, and I just thought of it and I put it on canvas and lift the tree through paper, and I did all these work to form it. And it's a beautiful sight that I always remember.
How long did this take to do?
Well, this is a period of time. It have to go through a process in order to complete. It takes about 2 to 3 months to complete it.
Well, let me wish you all the best and congratulations on a job well done.
Okay, well, thank you, sir, and enjoy the art. Okay, then.
Well, there you heard it from Richard Huggins here at the 5th annual art exhibition here at St. James, Long Circular Mall, actually. And we were here to bring you the opening ceremony and a glimpse of the work that is being done here. And this art is going to be on display for the next 3 days. So we urge you, art lovers, to come and contribute and show these guys that you appreciate the work that they are doing. Joining me here this morning at the Long Circular Mall for the 5th annual prison art exhibition here, I have Leslie Huggins, one of the artists here with us this morning. Leslie, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us a bit about, we have, first on my right here, we have a painting of the Prime Minister. And you said that this is a joint work between yourself and Aladdin Mohammed. Tell us about this one. Let's start with this one. How much work did this take to do, and how long did it take?
Well, actually, this was done by me and Aladdin Mohammed, right? And we do this in 1 day time. Okay. Together we do that in 1 day time. Normally this might take about a week or 2 weeks if I alone doing it or he alone doing it. But with both of us doing it, it take us one night, a day and a night.
How was it done? Like one do the painting? You know?
Like I will start it and sketch out everything, and then he might come now and lay out certain wash. Then he go come. I will start to detail it, and then he might come and start to give final details, and that's how we'll working on it. We just know what to do. Nobody has to tell us anything.
What's your greatest joy you get out of art?
Well, if I feel stressful, anyway, I go to a piece of canvas and I release my stress on a piece of canvas. Yeah, art is my life now. Yeah, art is my life now. Take away stress. It's a new world to get yourself involved in, right? And I will send a message to the youths too. Crime and pain. You see, get yourself involved in a program. If you can do art, do art. When you're doing art, what you're involved in, that's what you will do, right? How I involve in art now, the things that I do before, I regret it. Yeah.
How long have you been in art? Was it something you started from?
Well, Art, I never liked art outside. I never could do art outside. I was more involved in garage work and thing. But when I came into prison now, after 2 years spending in prison, I started drawing little cartoon characters from the papers and then I realized I had a little thing, little ability in my art. And then I came, when I get convicted now, I came and I meet Aladdin Mohammed in death row. Right? And when I see his work, I was amazed. And I decided to get back involved. And he got involved in art and encouraged me. And I want to thank him for that.
Now, tell us about this one here. What does this one entail?
This inspired me. I inspired to do this because of this. The name of it is. 'Cause when you look at it, you remember the good old days. As you used to go, if like where this was. So when yeah, you won't have these things again. So I need to do this so that when you look at it, you remember it and say yes, by the good old days.
Well, Leslie, let me wish you all the best and congratulations on a job well done.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you heard it from Leslie Huggins giving us a little insight about his artwork and what he has done so far. So we will be chatting with a couple more of the artists here, and we are still at the